more building. Today I am starting to build my kitchen unit. So down here will be, oh, which way am I going? This way. This will be my kitchen unit along here, and I'm going to build like a pedestal-y, plinthy bit like you'd get in a household kitchen. And then at the front I've got my clean water tank, and here's my loo, and that's going to have like a bench seat across here, and then that corner will have a gas bottle. So that is the plan. I went to Wickes yesterday and bought a load of wood and some plywood and some screws and stuff, and yeah, so I'm gonna get building and hopefully we'll have something to show you later. I've got my bits cut to do the pedestal part. I don't know if it's called a pedestal, but like you know, in a kitchen you have the plinth at the bottom of the cupboard. I wanted one of those because in my old van my cupboard went right down to the floor, and it meant that if you got anything on the floor you've got to move everything before you could open the cupboard. When you're standing against the unit you couldn't get your feet under the front, which meant that it was a bit uncomfortable because you had to kind of turn your feet sideways and do something weird with them. So I wanted to have a little bit of a plinth. It's only going to be like 2 inches or something, but you know, 2 inches is enough for anyone. Here I've kind of put it together. I wanted to be able to store 2-litre bottles of water. So I have made this gap here. It's probably all going to fall over because it's all just lent together, but the gap here is big enough to put a 2-litre bottle through, and inside there is enough room for a 2-litre bottle to go front to back like that. So I'll be able to have a nice storage of water bottles, and if I wanted any fizzy drinks, anything like that, they can store under the cupboard. And then on the front I will have like a pull down cupboard door, which will make that little cupboard. So it will give me the plinthy bit underneath, it will raise the kitchen unit off the floor so I can get my feet under the front, and it'll give me a cupboard. So that, I think, is a win-win situation. It's about 7 o'clock. I've managed to build this part, which is going to be the base to the kitchen unit, and it's the right height for me to be able to get bottles in and out the bottom. So that is all fixed and very firm. I used the 44 by 44 mil timber for that because it's going to have the fridge just here, it's going to have a cupboard, then down here will be the gas bottle, it's got the worktop on top, it's also going to have the cooker and the sink, so it's going to have a decent amount of weight. So I thought make sure I use good solid timber, but for weight reasons I didn't want to use that for all of it. So the top half of it, which will step out by a couple of inches here, is going to be 34 by 34 mil wood because it's a little bit lighter. Right, look, even sits me on it, although you can't see my face. Right, let me turn you round a bit. So here I have been building it's very cold, it is January, it's my birthday tomorrow. I've been building this unit. I've cut all the pieces of wood. As you can see, it's a little bit rickety at the minute because it's just clamped together in the various places. So water tank, toilet, this will be blocked off, this will have a door on it, not decided which way to open it because it's kind of this way would be good when you're in the van, that way would be good when you need to empty it. If I could get it this way, that comes all the way back with a sort of a 180-degree hinge, that would be really good, but I don't know, we'll see. I've got some hinges, here they are, but I don't know, we'll see. It's not important, you're not really bothered, are you? This side is going to be a seat just here, but it's only a narrow seat. It's only about 30 centimetres deep, so it's not going to take loads of weight. It will be more a perching seat because it's mainly to house these things, and it's not the main seat. The seats are sort of here. This is like supplementary seating, and also one of the main reasons is to allow me to step on here, no shoes on of course, to get into the cab through the hatch if I need to in an emergency, or if it's raining, or if in a morning I want to defrost the van or demist the windows. I can sort of clamber through and start the engine without having to get fully dressed and walk around the outside of the van. Yeah, so this is the 34 by 34 mil timber, because that will be a bit lighter and it's not going to take masses of weight. All this is going to be fixed down to the floor. I'm going to have a pipe coming out this side to go to the kitchen units. Also, I'm going to put an overflow on this side that goes through the floor. Then on this side there will be a filling point which will go somewhere out there, not really sure where. And here, this will have a solid seat because the toilet will pull out. This will have a lift up seat because my intention is I'm going to get 3 plastic boxes that will fit in here, and I'll be able to keep my recycling in there. So that will just lift up and I can drop into 3 different boxes: paper, glass, plastics, whatever. So that's kind of it for today. I'm gonna go in and warm up because it's very cold and make something to eat. So maybe I will update you tomorrow when it's my birthday. Yeah, I know, 27 again. Managed to get this pot built yesterday, so I've got the bit for the water tank, got the bit for the toilet, which I was trying to think of some kind of elaborate way of pulling the toilet out, whether it had a tray or and then I thought, do you know what, it's got a handle on the back, why not just put it in backwards? So that's what I'm going to do. And this will have a door on the front. So before I got this far, I built this frame up, and today I am starting to build the oh, probably an ambulance. There's an ambulance station down there. I don't know why I'm whispering. So I'm starting to build this and put in a frame of this 34mm wood underneath. Let me twist you around a bit. So yeah, so a frame of the 34 by 34 underneath, which will be kind of like this, and then on top there will be a sheet of plywood, which will be the bottom of the cupboard. Down here is the gas bottle area. Yeah, so I'm just sort of working it out as I go along. I, as per usual, forgot to film the end of the video, so I am up here in Camden in London, and I just wanted to say I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've not quite finished the kitchen. I've not managed to put the work surface on yet, as I wanted to wait until I'd got my hob top to cut into it. So I needed to get that first, and also I wanted to get this video edited so I could put out what I've done so far. As I say, I'm up in Camden, just been here for a couple of nights with my friend Brian. I thought if I film this, I can get this edited together on the train back towards Brighton. I do appreciate you watching my videos. If you could please give it a like, that would be amazing. And if you could subscribe to my channel, that would be brilliant too. And there is a button somewhere here. Thanks.